Hi, I'm Jim.
Hi, I'm Lissa.
And this is The Bottom Line.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us. It's
Hello.
Tuesday.
Idaho.
Tuesday. So go ahead, say it.
Sure happy it's Tuesday.
That's our little tongue-in-cheek joke for those who know about
Yeah.
us. Hey, today we have a wonderful guest, Elaina Poitra, who's the Vice President of Dakota Outright. She is here to talk about the Pride activities that are happening this weekend for Pride, for the Pride celebration. Hi, Elaina. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're great.
Not too
Are
shabby.
you okay, babe?
I'm fine.
Okay, we're good. So, Elaina, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so I was born in Belcourt, North Dakota, but I've been living in Bismarck since I was a very small child.
Okay.
So, I'm 24, and I just became the Vice President of Dakota Outright starting this year. So.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's actually awesome. Okay, so how long has Dakota Outright been in North Dakota? Do you know?
Well, it started as like a smaller group in 1990.
Uh-huh.
But it has since become like a whole organization and things like that. In late 2009, early 2010, it really became what it is now.
Nice.
Back when it first started, it was more for like drag shows and smaller gatherings for
Right.
Pride, but
Right.
now it's become like a whole weekend of just celebrating Pride and being happy to be who we are. So.
Yeah, and I know for years they had the Pride celebrations at the Capitol, but I guess President Trump or former President Trump's campaign is coming here this year.
Yeah, so we did have it booked for the Capitol, and then that happened, so we wanted to keep it a safe atmosphere for everybody, so we decided to relocate. Now we are at the McQuaid's softball complex in their parking lot. So.
Excellent. Yeah, I know. I mean, safety is so important.
Yeah.
I know that I've been out here, since 1979.
Yeah.
And I know that that the LGBTQIA community had a lot of problems, years back with being careful where they had where they had parties, things like that. I attended a Halloween party with a friend of mine who's gay, and you had to be really careful who you spoke to. You couldn't give out information, because there was a lot of discrimination, a lot of bias against against that community.
Yeah.
Has it gotten a lot better, or has it gotten worse since with all of the rhetoric, the political rhetoric right now?
I think it's definitely gotten better over the years. There is obviously still room to improve. Like, we still have to kind of be careful about where we go and like what kind of events we have put on. We have to keep in mind everybody's safety still, unfortunately. But yeah, in the past few years, it has gotten a little bit back on the downside of it, but we're trying to build back up again. So.
Yeah, and it's so sad. I mean, we were making such great strides over the last last 10 years or so? 5 years. And the acceptance level was wonderful, because really, I mean, love is love, and there's no reason not to accept people who just want to be able to love who they love.
Well, I think the Supreme Court ruling, which is 9 years ago now?
Yes.
I think that was a big breakthrough.
Marriage equality. Yeah. That was wonderful. But unfortunately,
that was great.
but unfortunately, a lot of political issues have been coming up, and with the legislator this year in North Dakota, I mean, it's really sad what they're doing. How they're spreading basically lies about trans children, trans teenagers, and and are denying access to gender affirming care, health care. It's it's sickening. I think it's sickening.
Yeah. It's really hard to find gender affirming care here too for people. It's like, not only Bismarck, but just the state as a whole is very limited options for people.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Yeah.
that's something that we can improve on.
Yeah, I hope so too. I know that Fargo, I think, had a doctor that would do gender affirming care, and I
Yeah.
think he said he was going to stay in business, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
it's improving. I mean, it's not a universal thing. I think it's getting better in the larger communities. Fargo and Bismarck, which are, I guess, the closest we have to a couple of real cities in the state. I think there's some definite progress there. And the universities, of course, have always been a bastion of, well, I'll say, more tolerant, progressive thinking.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the universities very much so. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's great. A lot of the younger, younger to me, because I'm still fairly young, but
Sure.
Yeah.
the younger generations, they're growing up, and there's a lot more queerness in the community happening with this younger generation, because it's becoming better for people to come out and
Right.
be who they are, which is great. I think if we continue, if they continue to keep their voice and be able to be heard and stuff, I think we will be able to get back to where we were, and then even better. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the normalizing. Yeah, what's interesting to me, and I was saying this to Jim just the other day, the LGBTQ community, for the most part, queer people are accepted. For being who they are.
Yeah.
When we're looking at lesbians and gays, they're totally accepted.
Well, there was a poll that just came out that said overall, nationwide at least, there is a lot more acceptance of the gay, what we call the gay population. The trans folks, that's kind of another story.
Well, and that's what's funny, because when you say LGBTQ, there's a T in there. The T has always been for trans, and I'm like,
Yeah.
people, are you just figuring this out?
Yeah.
That the T there was always for transgender,
Apparently not.
And I guess, and it's just sad because, go ahead, babe.
I do have a question. This came up last week when I was having a conversation about the use of certain words. The Q word in particular, which...
Queer?
what exactly is the protocol now on using that term? Is it one of those things where, it's your word and not ours, like, certain other words we could mention?
yeah, I think back saying that's gay or that's queer was always like an insult.
Right.
But now I think it's really just defining who people are.
Yeah.
Right. Using it in the right context.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I actually haven't heard anybody say those words as an insult in quite a while, but I do know that it still happens. But
Yeah.
Which
No,
is
just-
sad.
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like there's always going to be something or someone
Yeah.
that's going to try.
Well, I'm
and
actually
push
old
back,
enough.
but-
Yeah, I'm actually old enough to remember when some people actually used the word queer in a non-sexual context.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're going back a generation or two,
Well, even in the 20s.
which led to a lot of confusion
in the
later
20s,
on.
words like gay and queer didn't...
Yeah.
Well, it might have meant that in the queer community.
Mm-hmm.
And there might have been a little chuckle, when these songs came out about having a gay time or,
Yeah.
feeling queer about something back in the 20s. But it didn't mean the same thing to the population that it does now, so...
Yeah, definitely, because it used to mean like good time and like being happy about things, and that's down to it. We're happy to be gay. We're
Yes,
happy to be who
exactly.
we are. So,
Well, the first time I ever encountered the word was in a children's book, a story about a girl who had parakeets. And she would talk to the parakeets, and she would like put little bows on them and say, "Now, this is not meant to make you look queer or anything." But totally, yeah.
That is what it meant, though.
Was it though?
Yes.
But
if
this was
she-
Sally, Dick, and Jane here.
If she has parrots,
Yeah.
okay, and she said she didn't want to make them look queer by putting a bow on them, maybe they were male parrots.
I don't know.
So that's interesting
That
though.
was in a children's book, a school book.
I know, but the English.
Yeah.
use the word queer.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
for that's a queer time of day, or
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
we don't want to go there. It's queer there,
Yeah.
or whatever, and they don't mean it in an identification kind of way, which is
Yeah.
what the word is meant for.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to say? I got my thing here, and I have to bring it back
We were
up
talking
again.
about the big events coming up for the weekend.
Yes. What does Pride mean to you, and why is it important to you and for our community?
Yeah.
To me specifically,
Yes.
pride means just being who I am and not being ashamed of it, and
Right.
not really caring what people have to say, because I'm going to be myself, and this is how I am. I can't change who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be who I am, and I just want to celebrate that with other people who feel the same way about themselves too.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody being who they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what can we, besides what you're doing with Pride this weekend, are there anything else that we can do in the community to help the Pride movement?
I think definitely, supporting businesses that support us, like
Right.
being there for people, just being, because, how am I trying to say?
Support.
The LGBTQ community, we support other groups of minorities and
Right.
stuff like that. And
Right.
Yeah.
so it's like, we all should support each other like that, like be
Yeah.
there for each other,
Mm-hmm.
and make safe spaces more known, and just really, like, if you truly accept us and support us and stuff like that, just make yourself known, because power comes in voices, so just really be there for people who
Yeah.
are afraid to be themselves.
Right, yeah. And especially right now, this, the time that we're going through right now, it's becoming more dangerous to admit who you are in quite a few places now, in most of the
Yeah.
red states across the country, which is sad, but
Yeah.
we're hoping that that'll change, that'll get better after the next election cycle is over.
Well, the whole red state and blue state thing, I'm just so tired of it. I mean,
I am too.
this is America. Let's
I
all
know.
be Americans.
Yeah, I had a guy on social media. Well, I think he was a troll. He said reddies and blueies. He said reddies belong in red states and blueies belong in blue states. And I'm like, what are we, kindergartners here?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We are Americans. All of us are Americans,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters. That's all
Right.
that should matter.
Yeah, people are so focused on putting people who have different views and opinions from them down.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think we should just really remember that we all live here, and this is all for us and
Yeah.
everybody else, and we could build each other up. Like, think of all the good that could happen if, instead of tearing down people who are different, just supporting each other. I think
Yeah.
that's something that still needs to be understood, unfortunately.
No,
Yeah.
I hear you. It makes perfect sense to me. Yeah.
Well, 4th of July is coming up, too. Maybe we can remind folks that this is about one nation indivisible.
Yes, exactly. That we are all Americans,
Yeah.
and that's really all that matters. Is we're all Americans. We all have rights. We all have freedoms that basically within the Constitution that the legislators aren't allowed to stamp on. They're not allowed to get rid of, because they are freedoms that we all have. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this weekend. What's going to happen this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on Friday, we actually have a few different events going on. First of the night, I think that starts the soonest, is our riverboat cruise that we were excited for.
Yes.
Love the riverboat.
That event is 21 plus. We're trying to not only make it safe for younger people in the community to come out
Right.
and be who they are, but we're trying to bring back things that appeal to the older parts of the community, the ones that are more, I don't want to say closeted, but are better at trying to hide who they are.
Oh.
We want to make it like, this is for everybody, not just the younger generations,
Yes, yeah.
We're trying to make everyone of the community feel welcome. So
Yeah.
the boat cruise is 21 plus,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a cash bar and some food there. And those tickets are on our website, dakotaoutright.org.
Uh-huh.
We still have some for sale. It starts at 5:30 and it goes to 7:30, I think.
Which is great, yeah.
Yes, and then right after that, we have a dance party that we have, which is also 21 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets are also available for that on the website as well.
Cool.
That goes from 8 to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we also have an all-ages bowling event at 10 Spot
Oh,
in Mandan.
cool.
Yeah, we did
That's
one last
neat.
year, and it was such a big hit, so we decided to do it again for the younger people to kind of come in and hang around and have fun with each other bowling. And
Yes.
that is a free event. You just have to
Get the shoes and... Yep.
I think the shoes are included, if I'm remembering
Oh,
correctly.
cool.
I think.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
you just show up and have a good time. That is from 9 p.m. to midnight, I want to say, as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, we
So
have
Friday's
those events going on.
Jam-packed.
Yeah.
Wow, I love
Yeah,
it.
Friday is going to be great.
Friday's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then on Saturday, the 15th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is our vendor show for Pride.
Right.
And that's going to be at the McQuaid Softball Complex.
Mm-hmm.
That's a free event. Like, there are going to be vendors there, so, like, not all the vendors are free, but the event itself, you can just show up, have a good time, see what everybody's got.
That's one of my favorite parts of Pride, is the vendor show. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in the day, we have our drag show.
Yes.
So that...
The Dakota Divas will be there.
Yes.
Yes.
So starting... starting at 7. The doors open at 7 on the 15th, and we have cash and card lines, and then we sold out of our VIP tickets online.
Wow.
But we do have door admission, and this is at the Belmayhus in Bismarck.
Mm-hmm.
Doors open at 7. It goes until midnight, or until if it ends a little earlier too. Sometimes that happens, but.
What are the ticket price on that?
I believe they are 20 this year.
Oh, that is reasonable. That's so
very
reasonable. Yeah, that's
this day and
extremely
age,
reasonable.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then so there's gonna be alcohol served there, but this event is 18 plus.
Right.
So you'll just be wristbanded and the whole thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday the 16th.
Yeah.
We have an interfaith service for those who are still part of their, religious communities and things like that. We have an interfaith service, and then right after that, we have a little lunch, kind of like a potluck thing going on for those.
Yeah.
Like a social, just to wind down after the long weekend and really take some more time to get to personally know everyone, and that is also a free event.
Yeah. The Catholics used to do that. They would do a little potluck downstairs.
Yeah, a lot of the Catholic community, and I can speak, from personal experience, are actually positively progressive about these issues.
Well, even the Pope.
Yeah.
I love what the Pope had to say.
Yeah.
He was basically saying, don't put gay people down.
It's
God
not your
loves
job
them
to judge
too.
people.
Yeah.
That's the big guy.
Exactly. Yeah. They love them too, and we should tell them they are loved. They are loved by God, and they are loved. And it's like I love this Pope.
Yeah.
I'm not Catholic, but boy, I love this Pope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to remember where we're having that at.
Oh, okay.
Here.
And all of the events are on Dakota Outright, which is D-O... help me. D-O-R.
Yep, Dakota Outright.
.gov, right? You think I'd know
it
this?
is... Nope, you just spell the words out, dakotaoutright.org.
.org. Okay, so spell dakotaoutright.org.
Right.
And all of the events are there too.
Yep. I'm just trying to remember where that one's going to be at here.
Sure. Oh, the potluck?
Yep. Let's see.
It's okay. We got plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
We got more time than money. We got plenty. Besides,
There we
we're
go.
really enjoying visiting with you. So.
Well, we can. We'll later on. We'll put the information up on the Facebook website.
Yeah, that's
well, there
what we
should be
always
some
do.
information up there now.
Yeah.
But we'll find everything. Whatever we need to put up there, we will. We can update it as we go along.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, I found it. So it's at 11:30,
Okay.
and it is at Hillside Lions Park in
yeah.
Bismarck,
Yeah.
and shelter number 2. So there's going to be the multi-faith worship, and then our little potluck right after that.
Which is wonderful. Oh, that sounds so great. Picnics are always good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love a picnic. This
Yeah,
time of year
we're
with
really
the sunshine.
excited for that. Too,
Yes,
so.
and like you said, being able to in a much more casual environment, get to know one another, encourage one another, support one another. I love it. I just love it. This is wonderful.
Yeah, and it's really nice because we have a lot of sponsors that help us, just want to sponsor our events and things like that. And
Yeah.
they're all mentioned on our website as well. So yeah, it's just really great that we have people that want to come out and
Yeah.
help us celebrate and help create a space where everybody can be who they are. And yeah, so
Yeah.
we have a
We should
whole
mention,
fun
yeah.
weekend planned.
We should mention we're talking about Dakota Outright, which is
Yes.
has a big wing ding going on this weekend.
Yep, they've got their
They're-
Pride celebration this
yeah.
weekend. Yeah,
And we
for anybody
did
who
talk
just
about the change of
joined
venue.
us.
Right.
Yes, we did. We talked about the
Yes.
change of venue. It's at the McQuaid softball parking lot.
Now, where exactly is that?
Yes.
You know where
let
that
me
is.
That's off
pull that up.
Washington, right?
Yes, it's off
Thank you.
Washington.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I've only lived here 20 years. I don't know where everything
welcome.
is.
Well, yeah, that's my husband. Yeah, and most people who live here know where the McQuaid parking lot is. If you don't, I do believe there's a map
Yeah.
on
Yes.
DakotaOutright.org.
Well, they got that big softball tournament there every year. so-
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
This is what I'm
And
saying.
we
Most people
also-
know.
Don't mind
We
me.
also have the addresses listed on the website as well.
Exactly.
So,
So yeah,
um,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No.
I
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say, so basically, we as allies really need to come out and support the businesses that support you guys. Volunteer for activities whenever you need volunteers for Pride activities or other activities in our community. Am I missing anything? Anything else?
I don't think so. If anybody has any questions, they can reach out to us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
You can email us. All of that is listed on our website. So if you guys just want to take a look over there, if you have any questions or need to contact us for anything, by all means, just feel free to ask any questions if you have any.
Go ahead, Eddie.
And let me just say, for folks who might be on the fence about this or feel even a little uncomfortable about it, my wife and I attended a wedding a few years ago of a friend of ours, a prominent business lady in the local community, who married her significant
partner,
other, her
yeah.
life partner,
Yeah.
another lady. In
Yeah.
fact, they both shared the same first name.
Yeah.
And I was very, it did my heart good to see
Yes.
the turnout she had. A lot of people who, of all ages, her families came
Yeah.
out, and family and friends. And I'm sure not everybody there was completely on board with the whole agenda thing, but they were there because it was family. And that's what we got to remember. These folks in the community, they're not that. They are our friends
They're
and neighbors.
family, yeah.
And family members in some cases.
Exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
keep that in
and
mind.
like you said, friends and neighbors.
Yeah.
They have a little baby now. They did implantation, and they have this beautiful little baby girl now, and it's just wonderful. But yeah, I believe their wedding was the first one in the state after marriage equality went
Right.
through. And
It
yeah,
was.
we were so honored to be able to go to that wedding and,
Yeah.
and see them get married. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. That's very beautiful.
It is. It's fantastic. All right, what was I going to say? Talking about support, and I had something in my head, but it went bye-bye.
Well, again, I think folks who want to get
Goes
involved, or at least
bye-bye.
find out more about it, where
Yeah.
they can go.
What, DakotaOutright.gov.
DakotaOutright. Okay.
Gov, yeah. Oh, I was going to say Rhythm Records. You know that Rhythm Records, I think it's Tuesdays, that they have a safe space to discuss issues within the LGTB community amongst themselves. Did you know about that?
Yeah, they also have, so we have kind of like a sister organization called Q Space.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
Q Talk, yeah.
Yeah, those are for like the younger, I believe, up until you're 18. For the younger generation of the community, where they can go to Rhythm Records and just kind of have a social and get to know each other. And I think that happens on Wednesdays, but they
it's
have
Wednesdays,
another
yeah.
schedule. They also have a Facebook page as well. So if anybody listening has children that are interested or know of anybody that is younger, they also have a little organization too, Q Spaces.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's nice for there to be a safe space for
Yes.
people to talk, especially young people, going through transgender issues, as well as coming out as gay or lesbian.
Yeah.
Is very difficult for young people, especially out here.
And let's be clear, this is not about indoctrinating anybody. This is about talking to people who may have this situation with themselves or family members
who are gay,
who are, have some concerns,
or transgender, non-binary, And the whole thing is, it can be really confusing at first, can't it?
Yeah, whenever I was going through figuring out who I was, it was very confusing. I grew up in a very, religious household whenever I was younger, so
very conservative.
It was very hard. Yeah, it was hard to come to terms with who I was, so I just, want to say that there are definitely people out there who support you and who are willing to help you, feel safe with who you are. So
right.
There are resources.
And that's the main thing, is making sure that the resources get out there. We're going to put the resources...
Right.
Well, we're talking here, but we talk ahead of updating the Facebook page. They know that we actually tape this on Mondays. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And that we pretend Hello Tuesday, but we know it's Monday.
We're actually doing it early this week.
Yeah, we're actually doing it earlier than usual. Usually we do it in the evening. But this is cool. I like this. But we are going to make sure that we've got Q Talk and the information about the meetings at Rhythm Records, as well as DakotaOutright.gov and everything on the Facebook page, so that people can access, those sources, those services that are available out there for our LGBTQIA community.
Yeah, we like to think of ourselves as allies of the community. My wife and I, we're very proud of our friends in the community, and we're here for you.
Yeah, my son is gay. So, yeah. So I'm a proud mommy.
And I'm straight, but I'm a little warped. So
he's very warped. Yeah, I don't even know why he calls himself straight. He's more like a sidewinder.
Well, I guess, what is the current term? Cisgender?
Or
whatever.
Cisgender,
Okay.
yes. We're cisgender, dear. Yeah. And there's nothing
Homo
wrong with that.
sapien.
Well, okay. I'm wondering about that too,
Well,
but we'll get back to you on that one. Okay. All right. So, thank you for joining us, Elaina Poitra with Dakota Outright, DakotaOutright.org, and thank you so much. We had such a lovely discussion with you.
Yeah, it was nice to get to know you guys and talk with you. It was great.
We're going to come meet you
summer.
At McQuaid Softball, and we're going to meet you in person. We're going to really enjoy doing that. So, hey, everybody, come on out. Come on out and do that with us. Come out. Yeah, come out and hang out with us. All right.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Yes. Okay, we're going to let you go.
All right. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you later.
Yeah.
And,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And we will have the information. It's already
It's already on the
up and
Facebook
running
page, yeah.
on the Facebook site.
I realize I'm saying this
The
now.
bottom line.
I'm saying this now, but I'm going to have it up there later. When you actually read on the Facebook page,
Beautiful.
what the topic is, it'll all be there. So, because we want to make sure everybody has the resources that they need.
And the timing was perfect for us.
It was. Again, we thank Elaina Poitra for visiting us with today, this weekend. Lots of activities for Pride. Make sure that you get a chance to go and support Pride this weekend here in Bismarck, North Dakota. There are also Pride celebrations happening in Fargo and in Grand Forks. make sure that you keep it apprised of that. We will see you on Thursday. We're going to talk to Jonathan Fry,
Yeah.
he just stepped down from being the president of Dakota Outright. We'll talk to him on Thursday. Have a good Wednesday. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.